Hello children, in previous class we had started the new chapters metals and non-metals. Also we had learned the position of metals and non-metals in periodic table and electronic configuration of metal. In today's class we are going to learn the physical properties of metals. Okay, let us see physical properties of metals one by one. First property is that metals are solids at room temperature. Okay, most of the metals are solids at room temperature except two metals, that is mercury and gallium, and they are liquids at room temperature. Okay, except these two metals, remaining all the metals, they are solids at room temperature. And next property is that metals are lustrous. These metals are lustrous and can be polished. This lustrous means having shining surface. Having shining surface. Okay, metals are lustrous and can be polished. Okay, because of having this shining surface, these metals, okay, this property of the metals, this property of the metal is said to be metallic luster. Metallic luster. Okay, these metals are lustrous and can be polished. Okay, if you see gold, silver, copper, they are all having shining surface and they can be polished. Let us see next chemical properties, that is metals are hard. Okay, most of the metals, they are hard, but the hardness is not equal. Okay, different metals have different level of hardness. Okay, their hardness is not equal. See here, for example, iron, copper, aluminium, they are almost having equal hardness, and they are quite hard compared to the other elements. Okay, there are some exceptions for this, that is some of the alkali metals like lithium, sodium, potassium. Okay, these metals, they are soft and can be cut with knife, whereas this gold and aluminium, they are hard, but they are not hard as compared to iron, copper. Okay, as compared to other elements. Okay, they are also hard, but they are not hard as much as that of iron. Okay, here these alkali metals, that is sodium, lithium, potassium, they are exceptions. Okay, they are not hard, but they are soft and can be cut with knife. Okay, we can cut these metals with knife easily. Okay, this is the third property. Let us see next one, that is metals are malleable. Okay, malleable means metals can be beaten into thin sheets with the help of hammer without breaking the metals. Okay, malleable means it is the ability of the metals to beat them into thin sheets. Okay, malleable means they can be made into thin sheets. Malleability means it is the ability of the metal to make metals into thin sheets. Okay, see for example, that is gold and silver, they are best malleable metals. Okay, they are best malleable metals, and these gold and silver metals can be made into very thin sheets. Okay, so in microchips, this silver is used. Okay, and next, that is copper sheets are also prepared, and aluminium foil is also prepared. Okay, aluminium foil is also prepared. Here also some exceptions like zinc, arsenic, and antimony. Okay, these three metals cannot be beaten into thin sheets. Okay, they are not made into thin sheets. They are non-malleable. Okay, next one is metals are ductile. Next physical property is metals are ductile. Ductile means these metals can be drawn into thin wires. Okay, metals can be drawn into thin wires. Okay, see here, gold and silver, they are the most ductile metals. They can be made into thin wires. And this copper and aluminium wires, they are also made into thin wires. And these copper and aluminium wires are used in electrical wiring. Since this gold and silver metals are quite expensive, so these copper and aluminium wires are used in electrical wiring. And this ductility is the ability of the elements to draw them into thin wires is known as ductility. Here also there are exceptions, that is zinc, arsenic and antimony. They cannot be drawn into thin wires. Okay, next chemical properties. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Okay, these metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Electrical conductance in metals is due to the presence of free electrons in metals. Okay, we know that metal consists of atoms. Atoms are having atoms. Okay, these metals are consist of atoms, and atoms are having free electrons. They are having free electrons, and these free electrons are responsible for the electrical conductance. Okay, because of the presence of these free electrons, metals can conduct the electricity. And this silver is the best conductor, and copper and aluminium. Okay, silver is the best conductor. Remember this. Okay, silver is the best conductor. Copper and aluminium, they are the next best conductors, and they are used in electrical wiring. Since because this silver is quite expensive compared to this copper and aluminium, that's why they are used in electrical wiring. Here also this one, bismuth and tungsten, they are poor conductors of electricity. Even though this tungsten, it is a poor conductor of electricity, it is used in manufacture of bulbs. Okay, it is used in bulbs because it can withstand the high temperature. This tungsten, it can withstand, or it can tolerate the high temperature. Because of this reason, even though this tungsten is a poor conductor of electricity, this tungsten is used in manufacture of bulbs. Okay, this actually this metals, okay, in your home you can perform an activity. If you take a iron rod, and if you heat this iron rod, after some time you will experience some kind of heat. Okay, because these metals, they are good conductors of electricity and heat. Next property is that metals have high densities. Okay, metals have high densities. These metals are heavy and have high densities. Okay, for example, density of the mercury is 13.6 grams per centimeter cube. Okay, density of the mercury is 13.6 grams per centimeter cube. Okay, it's very high density. And that of aluminium and titanium, okay, they are having low density. Because of this reason, they are used in aeroplane, they are used in the manufacture of aeroplane parts. And that of sodium and potassium, they are the exceptions. Their density is also not high. Okay, Next chemical properties, metals have high melting points. Okay, metals have high melting points except sodium, potassium. Okay, most of the metals have high melting point except this sodium and potassium. Okay, whereas that of mercury and gallium, they are having low boiling point since they are liquids. Okay, since these two are the metals and they are in liquid state, so we have to consider their boiling point. Okay, that's why here this mercury and gallium, they have low boiling point, whereas that of remaining metals, they are in solid state and their melting point is very high except sodium, potassium, and these mercury and gallium are the two liquids. Okay, they are the two metals which are in liquid state and their boiling point is not high, it is very low. Okay, and that tungsten is having highest melting point, that is 3430 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is the highest melting point of the metals. Okay, it is tungsten is having highest melting point because of this high melting point and its high tolerance to the higher temperature. This tungsten is used in manufacture of bulbs. We'll see next next physical property, that is metals are sonorous. Sonar means sound. Okay, sonar means sound. Usually sonorous means, okay, whenever these metals, they hit with hard object, they will make some kind of sound. Okay, you can also do this activity in your home. You can take iron rod and hit that iron rod on a hard object. You will listen some kind of sound. Okay, here these metals are sonorous. If you take any metal, okay, if you take any metal and hit that metal with a hard object, after hitting, you carefully listen, you will get some kind of sound. Okay, since they produce since these metals, they produce some kind of sound on hitting a hard object, they are said to be sonorous. Okay, next last physical properties, metals have high tensile strength. Metals have high tensile strength. See here, this tensile strength, it is the property or the property due to which a substance can bear a lot of strain without breaking. Okay, is called tensile strength. See here, the property due to which substance can bear or tolerate a lot of strain without breaking is called tensile strength. Okay, and these moldy metals, they have high tensile strength except these three metals, zinc, arsenic and antimony. Okay, these are the physical properties of, remember the physical properties of the metals with the help of mind map. Okay, see here, usually this metal, they are solids and they are hard. They are lustrous and polished. They are malleable. They are ductile. Good conductor of heat and electricity. they have high density. They have high melting point and boiling point. Okay, MP means melting point, BP means boiling point, and they are sonorous, and they have high tensile strength. Okay, like this you can easily remember the physical properties of metals. Okay, here you can also add the exceptions, like see here, except mercury and gallium. Okay, here except potassium, sodium, lithium. Okay, and here, okay, next this one, malleable. Here except zinc, arsenic, antimony. Okay, Sp means antimony, As means arsenic. Okay, here also same, except zinc, arsenic, antimony. Okay, here good conductors of heat and electricity. Here except bismuth and tungsten. Okay, since they are poor conductors of electricity. Okay, so here high density, and this is high melting and boiling point. Here except sodium and potassium for melting point, and mercury, Hg means mercury, and Ga means gallium for boiling point. Okay, they have low boiling point. Okay, next this one, sonorous, and this last one, high tensile strength. Here also exception, that is except zinc, arsenic and antimony. Okay, like this you can remember the, like this you can remember the physical properties of the metals. Okay, these are the physical properties of the metals. Next class we will learn the physical properties of the non-metals.